Hello, I am going to record a tutorial or a little help on getting your class notebook set up in Teams. I recorded one earlier and I think that I got off into the weeds a little bit, so I'm hoping this is a little shorter and sweeter for you to see how to do this. So I'm going to do a screen share into Teams and show you. What I want you to know is that there are lots of ways to do this work. You can work straight through Teams. You can log in through this down here. This little app is my, oh, sorry, I gotta close it so you can see it. This little app is OneNote down here. You can open it in OneNote and work there. You can also, once you're in your class notebook, you can open it in a browser window and go through Office 365. So there's many, many ways you can do this. For the last video, I kind of hopped around in all three of those different places, and I am worried that's confusing. So I just want to bring you here straight through Teams, all of it in Teams, and then we can break out into other groups if you want to. So up here on my general line, this is my post where my chat threads are, and this is where I keep my files saved. And then Class Notebook is what's linked to OneNote. So if you click on Class Notebook, it'll open up, in a brand new one, it'll open up with all sorts of like how to get started. That's information for you. And you just click in the text box and delete it and type in your own text. So the title, I left the title, Welcome to Class Notebook. This is my text. Your text will pop up and it'll have like some images and some pictures, and you can delete those out and type in. So this is what I wrote. This is where we will keep track of the work we're doing each week. Going forward, each week you will have a priority list that includes a list of work for you to choose throughout the week. The priority list checklist is the minimum amount of work you should be doing each week. You are welcome to watch as many lesson videos as you would like. You are encouraged to practice your typing skills in Typing Club each day. Khan Academy is a place where you can go to do additional lessons and watch instructional videos. I will post short daily prompts each day, but your priority list work will be posted by Monday morning. So that's just kind of the introduction. This is what Class Notebook is for. That's how I'm using it. I am barely using the abilities of this technology. There are some really cool functions that I'm not using. So this is just the welcome screen. If you click on this little caret over here, it opens up, and these are some of the different places. So collaboration space is a place where everyone can collaborate with each other. So it's documents that can be created and edited by you, the teacher, and also the students. So if you're working on like a collaborative research or a project where all of you are contributing, this is where you would do it, is in collaborative space. And so we're not really using this in my class. I titled my main page Questions for Miss Chris, and I have them type questions in here. As you can see, they're not. But the reason they're not is because I created a channel in Teams over here for questions where they ask me questions and I respond. So this is here, but we're just not utilizing it because we're already using this in our Teams channel. So this is a place where anyone can interact with anyone. So it's a group collaborative teacher and student editing location. And then if you have more questions, this is the Microsoft, the using page here that I'm clicking on. This is provided by Microsoft, and it gives you like the how to use it by like what Microsoft has provided. So here's like how you can create private spaces and links to other things. So like how you can use this space. So Microsoft is really good has been good in this program about including their little tutorials. Okay, so that was collaborative space. Again, collaborative is the teacher and the students can edit together. Content library is just like up here under files in the class materials space where the teacher can put things in and you can edit it, but the children can view it only, they can't edit. So this is where you could put things like any sort of lesson content that you want to share, but you don't want them to change. So you could put that here. I'm using files. Again, I think I said this either in this video or the last one. There's lots of ways you can do all of these things. It'd be really nice if you uploaded them here, they went to files or vice versa, but if they do, I haven't figured out how to do that. So I'm posting in files because I have found that under the class materials, it's locked by me, but they can still see it. And so that's something I have found, is that the content library for me, I just use files. Again, like I said, Microsoft is good about having like a little how to use the content library. So there's a little pop-up over here that tells you what to do. I'm not using this feature. The teachers only page is kind of like over here, the teacher resource, the locked page. This is teachers only. The kids can't see it. We can create documents, edit documents, share documents. So I'm going to open up my teacher only page, and this is where all of my work is happening. Here's that Microsoft page on how to use this teacher only section. So this is, it's a place to put materials to share out to your students. So this isn't a place where you can see, but they can't. So it's kind of nice. So it's a private space for you to plan. It's a private space for you to get ready to share out. Okay, now we're getting into what I'm actually using this for. So I have created in here priority lists, and priority lists are something I send out or make every week for the kids using what lessons they've had in the past and what work I've seen them do or not seen them do. They get priority lists in class where I highlight what I want, like what work is a high priority for them to be working on. And so I wanted to bring that into some of their team's work, because some of them, I was getting lots of emails on what should I do next. And so I started last week with a priority list. These columns are always just popping open, but you can click anywhere over here and it closes it. So this is the priority list for this week. I took the template that I had and I added this cute little May Day thing. And then here are my instructions: write the dates in your journal, etc., and how they can share their work. And then here's their little checklist of what they're doing. So they can check the box and say they've done that. And they can edit. Once I share it, I'll show you how to share it out. They can edit it and I can access it. I can see it. They can also share it to me through Office 365. But these are lists I have created here in my teacher only content. So what's really cool about this is you can see it, there's last week's, this week's, and in my other tutorial video I made next week's. So I'm actually going to create next week, or the 2 weeks, so that you can see how to do that. What you're going to do is you're going to go to, let's see, I'm not sure. Okay, so you're gonna right click on whichever one you want. I'm gonna right click on the May 4th to May 8th, and I'm gonna say copy. And I'm going to make sure I copy it to my teacher only priority list folder and push copy. And then, so now I have 2. So I'm going to open up the second one, and it's right over here, and I'm going to change those dates. So I will have to look at my calendar because I don't know what those dates will be. The dates for me will be 11th through 15th. So May 11 to 15. 2020. And I'm not sure what I want them to do yet, but if I knew what I wanted to change the list or add the list, I could click right here, like add an item, and say, like I could change math lesson to an art lesson, and I could change what I have in here. Like I said, I'm not quite ready to do that yet because I'm not sure, that's still 2 weeks away and I haven't really planned ahead for what I want for that yet. So here I have created this. And so the priority list is now ready for 2 weeks from now. What you do with it, like what's really cool about this is that I can create this. I'm just looking to see, I think it's under class notebook. What's really cool about this is that if you click on class notebook, not the top one, but this one right down here in my working page, you can click on this distribute page button. And what this distribute page button does is it allows you to share the document you've created with one of your students, a small group of your students, or all of your students. So I can distribute the page to all, I can do it to one, or I can create a group and send it just to the group. And so it's really cool. So in this case, this is a document I've created for all my students. So I want to send this to distribute all. But if I were doing something like, if I had a group of students who are working on Kingdom Animalia and I wanted to share a resource or share something to them, then I could make a group of those students doing that subject or doing that specific project and share a document to them for that project. So it's really cool. I don't have to go in and type, I don't have to go in and sort and type names and make sure I'm CCing everybody that needs to be in there. I can create a group and then it'll distribute right into their folders and it just goes straight to them. And then I don't have to worry about it. So It's really cool. And you can also have more than one notebook. So if it's Krista Cumberland or maybe Anne McCaslin or Tanya Bingley, if it's somebody who has more than one class, you can have different notebooks for each of your class, but you can have a group of students maybe that's working on the same thing in all those different groups. So it's actually a really powerful tool. It's really, really cool. So that's something you can do right there. And it's like I said, it's super cool. I'm using such little tiny bits of the ability of the programs that I'm definitely not an expert, but I'm happy to help if I can. And so I hope that helps you with your class notebook and some of the tools that you can use. And like I said, there's so many different places you can do all of the same same types of things. So maybe you're already doing this in a different way. This is just how I'm using it. So I hope that you enjoyed that. I hope that you learned something new, and I hope that if you want to use that tool, that now you can. I look forward to seeing you, and if you have any questions, please let me know. Bye-bye.